गुड मॉर्निंग डियर स्टूडेंट्स। मैं डॉक्टर नीलम गुप्ता बीएससी पार्ट 2 के विद्यार्थियों के लिए आज ऊष्मा चालकता अभिगमन घटना के बारे में चर्चा करूंगी। कल हम लोगों ने अभिगमन घटनाएं क्या होती हैं, किन किन भौतिक राशियों के अभिगमन के कारण अभिगमन घटनाएं होती हैं ठोस, द्रव और गैसियस स्टेट में, और इसके पश्चात हमने विस्कोसिटी, श्यानता अभिगमन घटना की भी चर्चा की थी। आज हम थर्मल कंडक्शन, ऊष्मा चालकता की घटना को किस प्रकार से अभिगमन घटनाओं के रूप में व्यक्त कर सकते हैं, इसको हम डिटेल में कंसीडर करेंगे। चूंकि कल जब हमने ट्रांसपोर्ट फिनोमिना को पढ़ा था तो हमें इतना तो समझ में आ गया था कि जो भी भौतिक राशियों का किसी सॉलिड स्टेट या लिक्विड या गैसियस स्टेट में किसी भी फिजिकल क्वांटिटी का अगर ट्रांसपोर्टेशन हो रहा है तो उसके कारण ट्रांसपोर्टेशन या ट्रांसपोर्ट फिनोमिनास घटते हैं या डेवलप होते हैं। अगर मान लो ऊष्मा चालकता की यदि हम बात करें, यदि मान लो किसी भी स्टेट में किसी विभिन्न लेयर्स में टेम्परेचर का डिफरेंस है और टेम्परेचर के डिफरेंस के कारण टेम्परेचर से या थर्मल एनर्जी के ट्रांसफर के कारण जो घटना उत्पन्न होती है उसको हम ऊष्मा चालकता कह देते हैं। इसको डिटेल में समझने के लिए हमने कंसीडर किया कि मान लो हमारे पास कोई गैस है और उस गैस को हमने दो पैरेलल प्लेन्स लिए XY प्लेन में, और उन दोनों पैरेलल प्लेन्स को हमने डिनोट कर दिया। For example, the one plane is denoted by AB and the other plane is denoted by CD. Both AB and CD are lying in XY plane and parallel to each other. That means if the both plane lying in XY plane and parallel to each other means there is no component along the Z axis, so Z is equal to 0. And we suppose that both of these two layers AB and CD are existing at the temperature T1 and at the temperature T2 as shown in this figure. For convenience, we are also taken that the temperature T2 is greater than the temperature T1. Say for example, if we consider that when the gas is in a steady state, जब हमारी गैस साम्य अवस्था में है तो ऐसा माना जा सकता है कि गैस बहुत सारी ऐसी ही समानांतर परतों से मिलकर बनी हुई है, एंड जैसे जैसे लेयर्स के बीच की डिस्टेंस इंक्रीज होती है फ्रॉम द प्लेट AB to the plate CD along the Z direction, the temperature of the layers is increases. That means a temperature gradient is exist, or you can say the temperature gradient is produced between the parallel plates, and as a result of this the layers provided heat to the adjacent lower layer being at lower temperature, and heat flows from hot plate CD to cold plate AB. For determination of heat flow, the same method we adopted as we adopted in the discussion of viscosity. So suppose we consider that the temperature of the layer Q, which exists at a distance Z from the plate AB, is at a temperature T. माना कि ये Q परत इस AB परत से Z दूरी पर स्थित है तथा इस Q परत का जो टेम्परेचर है वो T है। There are two another layers which are represented by P and R, which are at a distance of Z plus lambda and Z minus lambda from the plane AB. The temperature gradient, or you can say the temperature of the plate P and R, be equal to T plus lambda delta T over del Z of the P plate and T minus lambda delta T over del Z of the R plate. where this term lambda is mean free path. The temperature gradient can be assumed to be constant for the distance of the order of free path. The molecules are always in random motion, and thus molecule passes through the layer Q in the upward direction and downward direction continuously. The reason of taking the distance equal to the mean free path lambda of the plate P and plate R layers from the layer Q is that on an average, due to the last collision of the molecules crossing over layer Q from above side would be at the layer P, and also the last collision of the molecules crossing the layer Q from below side would be at layer R. Since the molecules are always in random motion and the probability of their motions are same in all direction, चूंकि molecules जो हैं, अणु जो हैं, वो random motion करते हैं, इसलिए उन molecules का सभी दिशाओं में जो गति है उसकी प्रायिकता एक समान होगी. It may be supposed that on an average 1/3 of these molecules are moving along each of 3 x, y and z direction. चूंकि हम जानते हैं कि molecules किसी भी डायरेक्शन में रैंडम मोशन करते हैं, इसलिए ऑन एन एवरेज हम यह मान सकते हैं कि 1/3 जो मॉलिक्यूल्स हैं दे विल मूव अलोंग द एक्स एक्सिस, अनदर 1/3 मॉलिक्यूल्स मूव अलोंग द वाई एक्सिस and remaining 1/3 molecules move along the z-axis. Therefore, on an average, 1/6 of the molecules move along any one axis in one particular direction, either positive x-axis or minus x-axis, positive y-axis or minus y-axis, positive z-axis or minus z-axis. So, on an average, 1/6 of the molecule move along any one axis in one particular direction. If we consider n is the number of molecules per unit volume and c bar be the mean speed of the molecules, then the molecules crossing unit area of the layer Q in upward or downward direction per second will be equal to 1/6 n c bar. This is the, so you can consider all these things I have written in the PDF. When the gas is in a steady state, it can be assumed that the gas is made up of parallel layers. As the distance of layer increases from AB in the z direction, the temperature of the layer increases. That means the temperature gradient del T over del Z is produced between the parallel plates. As a result of this, the layer provides heat to its adjacent lower layer being at the lower temperature, and heat flows from hot plate CD to cold plate AB. Suppose the temperature of the layers Q at a distance Z from the plate AB is T, and the temperature of the layers P and R, which are at the distance of Z plus lambda and Z minus lambda from the plate AB, will be T plus lambda delta T over delta Z and T minus lambda del T over del Z respectively, where lambda is the mean free path. So the temperature gradient can be assumed to be constant for the distance of the order of free path. So finally we can say this is the total number of molecules crossing unit area of the layer in upward or downward direction per second. That will be equal to 1/6 n c bar. Now if we consider that if the degree of freedom of each molecule is F, then the mean energy of the molecules will be equal to F kT upon 2. Now we consider the total amount of energy carried by the molecules after taking energy from the layer P at a temperature T plus delta T over del Z and crossing the unit area of layer Q per second from upside is. So we consider like this. Say, so for example, 1/6 of the molecules are coming from P layer to Q layer. So the number of molecules Total amount of energy carried by the molecules after taking energy from the layer P at a temperature T plus delta T over del Z and crossing unit area of the layer Q per second from upside is 1/6 Nc bar into 1/2 Fk. T is T plus delta T plus del T over del Z. Similarly, the total amount of energy carried by the molecules after taking from the layer R, which exists below the layer Q at a distance lambda at temperature T minus lambda del T over del Z and crossing unit area of layer Q per second from downward side direction is 1/6 Nc bar into 1/2 Fk within the bracket T minus lambda del T over del Z. So thus net energy crossing per unit area of layer Q in 1 second in the Z direction is Zu is equal to 1/6 Nc bar into 1/2 Fk T minus lambda del T over del Z minus of 1/6 Nc bar into 1/2 Fk T plus lambda delta T over del Z, or finally this will be equal to Zu is equal to minus 1/6 Nc bar Fk lambda del T over del Z. But the molar specific heat at constant volume Cv is equal to 1/2 Fnk, or this is equal to mNK. mNCV, where Cv is the specific heat of 1 gram gas, m is the mass of one molecule, and n is Avogadro number. So small f is equal to 2 mCv upon k. Substituting this value in equation number 3, and we get the energy flux density. Zu is equal to minus 1/6 Nc bar is equal to 2 mCv upon k into k lambda del T over del Z, and Zu is equal to 1/6 mNc bar Cv lambda del T over del Z. I'm sorry, this should be equal to 1/3, or Zu is equal to minus 1/3 rho C bar Cv up lambda del T over del Z, where rho is equal to Mn is our density of gas. According to the Fourier law of heat conduction, this Zu is equal to Q upon A, that is equal to minus of K del T over del Z, where K is the coefficient of thermal conductivity of the gas. So thus, by comparing equation number 4 and equation number 5, we get the coefficient of thermal conductivity K is equal to 1/3 Mn C bar Cv lambda. Now substituting the value of C bar and lambda, we will get K is equal to 1/3 Mn 8 kT upon pi m to the power 1/2 Cv into 1 upon under the root pi d square n, or K is equal to 2/3 pi d square within the bracket under the root m kT upon pi into Cv. By substituting, Cv is equal to capital Cv upon m, where K is equal to R upon n. So capital K is equal to 2/3 pi d square n m RT upon pi 1/2 power 1/2 Cv upon m, or K is equal to 2/3 pi d square n RT upon pi m to the power 1/2 Cv. Since the specific heat of a gas is constant, therefore the thermal conductivity of gas is proportional to the square root of the temperature and inversely proportional to the square root of molecular weight of the gas, and it does not depend upon the pressure. So the thermal conductivity depends upon the temperature and molecular weight of the gases. So you can understand the thermal conductivity is as a one of the transport phenomena. In the next class, I'll discuss about the another transport phenomena, diffusion. So thank you, dear students.